Now, we've all seen how your regular Karen acts in court. It's pretty ridiculous, right? But what you may not have seen is actual criminals acting like Karens in court. They are some of the worst. So let's get into it. Starting things off is Isaiah Gardner. The 41-year-old male was in for quite a few murders. He had murdered his girlfriend and daughter, and then a day later did the same to another couple that he kept hostage. You'd think he'd stop there, but he proceeded to disrespect the judge and his late girlfriend in his court hearing.
Charge her with murder because she's the one who did it.
Isaiah.
Everything else, no.
All right, Mr. Gardner, this is your warning. The court will mute your microphone if you speak out of turn again.
Your Honor, we would request that Mr. Gardner be held without bond, or in the alternative, that bond be set at $2 million cash surety.
All right, thank you. Mr. Barbary, Mr. Gardner, I'm going to ask that you behave in a, all right. I'm asking you to behave in a manner that is appropriate for a court proceeding, particularly given the fact that right now I'm considering whether or not to allow your release on bond. If I have any more acting out, sir, we're going to turn off your audio and your video. Go ahead and mute his audio and video. All right, the court has considered the factors found in MCR 6.106 and finds that bond in the amount of $3 million, cash or surety, is appropriate.
This time, the defendant flips the judge the bird, first with one hand, then follows it up with a hearing-ending two-hander.
All right, go ahead and turn his video off, please.
Isaiah was charged with all 4 murders and was sentenced to 50 to 125 years in prison. Soon after this, he was charged with yet another murder that he was on trial for, and his sentence got pushed higher to 75 to 125 years in prison. Now we have Zia Duffy. The 25-year-old appeared in court after being caught fleeing police. Zia was wanted for outstanding warrants and also for pistol whipping someone. He claimed he was a changed man, but decided to cause a scene in court.
I'm not a monster. I'm not a monster. I'm telling you,
Who was driving that car the other day when the police were chasing you?
I was driving.
Well, I don't know anyone in this courtroom that would lead the police on a chase, ram their cars, and put people
I
at
did
risk.
ram their car. That's that case. That's what I'm asking you. Can you not look at the petty cases, please? I haven't even had preliminaries on none of that. I'm asking you, Your Honor, can you reschedule this or something, Your Honor? Please don't say this.
After his meltdown, the judge had this to say in response.
I think I had plenty of time to observe how you would behave after you left prison, and you have not respected the court's orders. I gave you strict orders as to how you were to comport and conduct yourself, and you have not done that, even apart from the allegations about these pending charges. I hung significant prison time over your head, and I made it very clear to you that these would run consecutive, and that you had to follow very specific rules to stay out of prison, because the 8 cases you had in this courtroom showed to me that you were a thug, a potential menace to society. But because of your age and because of the family support you presented, I gave you an opportunity. I gave you more than one opportunity. I gave you more opportunities than maybe I should have, because look at where we're here today. You put people's lives at risk, and I'm not going to allow that to happen anymore under my watch. So you've had your chance to say what you wanted to say, but you should have done better. All right. The court finds that the defendant is in violation of his community control as well as his judicial release, and the court is going to impose the sentences that I promised I would impose if the defendant did not comply with.
He ended up getting 13 years in prison due to repeatedly ending up back in court for doing the same thing. Also, here's a fun fact. The marshal that arrested him is also under investigation for being racist. So the plot could thicken here. You'd think Karens would learn, right? Now we have a man who goes by the name Casey Donovan Williams. Williams was arrested because he had been caught impersonating a police officer and had armed weapons in his vehicle. He's an ex-military man and kept mentioning that a company had sent him to the location he was posted at.
Are you full-time over in Pickway?
I live in Pickway, so, let's see.
74 to 105.
So I left the sheriff's office there. I'm going to, I was full-time there. I left full-time as a jail dep there.
So you're not even a police officer?
Currently, I'm starting a new commission with a village up in Richland County. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're not even a police officer.
Copy.
You are currently not a full-time or a part-time police officer anywhere.
Reserve.
Okay, where are you a reserve officer at?
So, give me a second. I'll give you the name of the village because it got hooked up through the company here that I'm working with. So.
Okay, do you have an ID from that village?
Not with me, no.
Not with you?
No.
So you don't have an ID, you don't have a badge. What's the badge you were displaying earlier?
Sorry?
What's the badge you were displaying earlier?
What do you mean?
Do you have a badge?
Yes.
What was that badge you were displaying earlier?
That's my old Pickaway one.
So you have a Pickaway County badge, but you don't work for them?
It's a previous one from there, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You have that with you currently?
Yeah, it's a flex badge.
Can I see that, please?
Yeah.
Williams worked as a jail officer and had been flashing around what seemed to be his old badge, but there's a twist.
All right, real quick. So, this is what he was displaying. It's fake.
That's cool. Well, maybe that's
he is armed.
Okay.
He's fully armed, acting as a police officer. He has a vest on that says police. All right. Now, he says that he works for Pickaway County Sheriff's Office, but he no longer works for them. And I said, well, let me see that badge you were displaying. He said, well, and I said, no, let me see the badge you were just displaying when I pulled up. Because he was showing it to Jeff Hart. So, this is what I took off of him. I said, so who do you work for now? And he says, well, I work for a village. I said, well, let me see your ID for them and our badge. He said, well, I don't have any. I said,
who? Who does he work for?
Well, he finally gave it to me because he had to call his boss, who is the owner, they're all related from the military. They're all in the same military unit together, who is either retired or off-duty Cleveland police officer who started this.
Yeah, but my question is he a police officer?
Well,
the badge was fake, which means he was clearly not telling these cops the truth.
We get it taken care of. It's no big deal. I come out here, I was told, hey, you can start, make some money. That's all I was trying to do. Please do not, I'm asking you for courtesy, man to man. Please do not ruin my career. Please, please, please.
I think you did that kind of on your own, Casey.
Please.
All right. The Pickaway County, you knew you didn't work for Pickaway County. You displayed that badge. All right. You're out here acting in law enforcement capacity, displaying a badge that you have no right to have, or a facsimile of a badge. That's not even a real badge. Yeah. You were aware of that.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not real.
Okay. So, all right, you're going to be charged.
Oh, seriously?
I'm serious. Okay. Now we're going to be nice about this. Okay. And we're going to take you over, and you can take your gun belt off, and you can set it on the hood of that car, okay? And we're going to take you in. We don't have to handcuff you. This officer is going to pat you down, all right? And we'll let you out, all right, on a summons, all right? Now,
are we too far for me to?
Listen,
okay.
It's completely deceptive.
Here's the problem. You don't understand that right now we can charge you for improperly handling in a vehicle. I can charge you for impersonating a police officer. All right, there's tons of charges.
What are you charging me?
Here, well, probably the impersonation of a police officer.
So the best thing to do right now is to just take off the belt.
And I'm
all right, so let's step over here and take care of that first.
Smith, right here. Right. Take off the belt. Down on the switch.
Williams got arrested and charged for impersonating a police officer and improperly handling a weapon in a vehicle. He was sent to a correctional facility and was released after his second court date. Next up, we have Brian Noval. He was 25 at the time and was in court for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and also domestic violence. This is how Brian treated the judge.
Court's also going to revoke his bond on 098502 CF10. You're going to be held no bond, sir, until further order of the court. Thank you.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, I'm not kidding you. That's the truth. You're not going anywhere. That's the truth. All right, thanks. All right, Suzanne Walt.
My charge was battery.
Oh, wow, I know, man. But that's the way life is. What did he say? Whoa. Bring him back. Whoa. Hey, bring that guy back.
You want him back, Joe?
Yeah, I want him back right now.
That wasn't good, but
So what did you just say when you walked away?
I called you a because you're...
Woo. Did
not
you?
The charges I had yesterday.
Okay, hold on a second, sir.
Battery charge.
Sir, this court is inclined to hold you in contempt of court, and I want to know from you, give me a reason why I should not hold you in contempt of court.
I don't see a reason why you shouldn't, because there's not a reason this should be here.
Okay, sir, I find you in contempt of court for using that type of language with the court you just used. And before I pass sentence on you, I'm going to ask you if you have anything to say before I pass sentence.
Brian then had a moment to speak to the judge, and here is what he had to say.
I apologize, I was out of line. I'm just upset because this is not what I was charged with yesterday.
Okay,
I
sir.
was charged with a battery.
I accept your apology, and I will sentence you to 60 days in the Broward County Jail. Thank you.
Can I take the back in?
All right, sir, hold it. Come on back. Come on back, sir. Sir, Sir, I'm inclined to hold you in contempt of court again. Would you like to tell me why I should not hold you in contempt of court for the last thing you just said?
I asked if you're allowed to do that for me.
All right, I find you in contempt of court for the second time you said that. Do you have anything else you'd like to say in mitigation of the second sentence I'm about to hand down?
I was just asking my attorney if he can do that.
All right, sir, you have nothing. I'm going to send you to another 60 days to run consecutive to the prior 60 days. So now you're up to 120 days in the Broward County Jail. Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
Nah.
All right, sir, thank you very much. You're done.
I didn't even know you can do that.
All right, thank you. All right, I think you should move along.
I bet he didn't talk back to anyone after experiencing that. We now have 27-year-old Tobias Roman. Tobias is appearing in court for threatening to kill a woman with a knife after attempting to rob her. The judge had asked Tobias to stand up, which he absolutely refused to do. This came with consequences.
Donovan, stand up.
My foot hurts. I can't stand up right now. Stand up right here. Give it.
Stand up, Roman.
What?
This is BF 140416. Mr. Roman, what is your true and correct name?
Tobias, my first name. That's it. Giggles or Tobias. That's it. Don't call me nothing else.
Samson Roman is present in the courthouse. Is Yasmin Medina present? She is not. At this time, I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Roman. The charges, Mr. Roman, are attempted robbery. Mr. Roman, you need to be quiet.
Yeah, you need to be quiet.
You got one more chance, and then you're going to be removed from the courtroom. That'll be your choice.
Go ahead.
But this didn't stop Tobias from speaking back even more. Take a look.
You need to
see. I love you when I see you.
I'd like to note for the record, Mr. Roman's statement on the record that he will murder me if he sees me, and I'm going to request law enforcement take the appropriate action. He's charged with threatening with the intent to terrorize, exhibiting a deadly weapon other than a firearm, and stalking. He's chosen to remove himself and voluntarily absent himself from the court proceedings in light of his behavior. Would you like to make a record?
Tobias had to face more charges for the threat that he made to the judge. Pretty ironic.